Angelina Jolie highlights the horrors of Russia's human safari in Ukraine. Hollywood star Angelina Jolie paid a surprise visit to Ukraine in early November in a bid to help raise international awareness about escalating Russian war crimes against Ukrainian civilians. Plenty of A-list celebrities have come to Ukraine since the outbreak of hostilities in 2022 to show their support for the country. But Jolie's appearance was no mere photo opportunity. Instead, she traveled to the frontline cities of Kherson and Mykolaiv in southern Ukraine to see for herself how Russia is systematically targeting the civilian population in a deadly campaign of drone strikes that has been likened to a human safari. The threat of drones was a constant, heavy presence. You hear a low hum in the sky. It's become known locally as a human safari, with drones used to track, hunt, and terrorize people constantly. The American actor wrote in a post describing the Ukraine trip to her 15.8 million followers on Instagram. "I was in protective gear, and for me, it was just a couple of days. The families here live with this every single day. They've moved their schools, clinics, and daycare into reinforced basements, determined that life will go on. It was hard but inspiring to witness. Many people spoke to me about the psychological burden of living under continual threat and the deeper fear of being forgotten by the world." Jolie's visit struck a chord with the Ukrainian public at a time when concerns are mounting that the country's fight for national survival is slipping out of the international headlines. With the fourth anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion now approaching, Ukrainians are painfully aware that global audiences have become jaded by endless war coverage and are now no longer shocked or even particularly surprised by reports of fresh Russian war crimes. The high-profile actor's decision to personally visit some of the most dangerous places in Ukraine was therefore welcomed as a particularly timely and meaningful gesture. Many Ukrainians praise Jolie for exposing herself to considerable risk in cities that few international guests dare to visit. "Much respect and many thanks for your kind heart," Angelina Jolie commented the deputy speaker of the Ukrainian parliament, Alina Kondratiuk. Angelina Jolie went to Kherson, where Russian drones hunt civilians daily. "That takes courage," wrote Ukrainian journalist Svetlana Mornets. "I can't help but praise her selflessness and kindness in choosing to help draw attention to Ukrainian civilians, especially children, suffering from the war." Ukrainian human rights lawyer and Nobel laureate Alexander Matvichuk called Jolie one of Hollywood's bravest hearts and expressed her hope that press and social media coverage of the star's trip could help educate international audiences about the cynical drone safaris on civilians that the Russians love to do. Fellow Ukrainian civil society activist Alina Tregub said she had been personally moved by Jolie's visit and noted that it sent a powerful message to the local population that they have not been forgotten. Angelina Jolie is not alone in attempting to focus international attention on Russia's human safari tactics in Ukraine. A United Nations probe recently addressed the issue and confirmed that the Russian military is purposely targeting Ukrainian civilians in a coordinated campaign of drone killings with the aim of depopulating large parts of the country. In an October report by the UN Human Rights Council-appointed Independent International Commission of Inquiry on Ukraine, investigators concluded that Russia's actions in southern Ukraine amount to the crimes against humanity of murder and of forcible transfer of population. The UN investigation covered Russian drone activity across 3 provinces of southern Ukraine, including the regions visited by Jolie. It found evidence of systematic attacks against civilians, including drone strikes on pedestrians, public transport, essential infrastructure, and emergency services workers, leading to the deaths of at least 200 people since July 2024. As a result of this relentless and coordinated bombing campaign, some of the targeted areas are now said to be almost entirely vacated. Crucially, the drones used in these attacks all featured video cameras allowing operators to methodically select and track victims, leaving no room for doubt regarding the deliberate nature of the killings. Russia stands accused of committing a staggering quantity of war crimes in Ukraine, ranging from the destruction of entire towns and cities and the bombing of vital civilian infrastructure, to the mass detention of Ukrainian citizens and the torture of prisoners. The International Criminal Court in The Hague has issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin on war crimes charges for his personal involvement in the mass abduction and indoctrination of Ukrainian children, which may qualify as an act of genocide. So far, there has been little concrete progress toward holding Russia legally accountable for the invasion. Ukraine and the Council of Europe signed an agreement in summer 2025 to establish a special tribunal, but it remains unclear when further steps can be expected. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has signaled that the United States will no longer back international efforts to prosecute Putin. Despite these setbacks, Russia's human safari is worthy of special attention as it provides such conclusive proof of the Kremlin's intention to kill Ukrainian civilians. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is an attempt to shatter the existing international order and rewrite the rules of war. If Western leaders fail to impose additional costs on the Kremlin over the deliberate use of drones to hunt down civilian populations, this will set a potentially disastrous precedent that could soon be extended to the rest of Ukraine and beyond. Angelina Jolie's efforts to highlight this crime against humanity will not prove decisive, but her celebrity intervention has at least made it more difficult for others to claim they did not know.